Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Muhammad Al Hijaz and today I'm going to talk about the group of fungi named as Ascomycota. The word Ascomycota is actually derived from two words. First is Asco derived from word asci. It means sac-like structure. Look here, this is a sac-like structure found in every mycelium of every phylum Ascomycota. Group member of phylum Ascomycota. And the second word here is the word mycota, which actually derives from the mycology. Here we see that the word mycota is very common in all the family members of fungi, all the phylums of fungi, groups of fungi like Ascomycota, Zygomycota, Basidiomycota, etc., etc. Okay, now we are going to talk about the some general features of phylum Ascomycota. First of all, it is the largest group in all the groups of fungi. Secondly, it has about 60,000 species. Oh, it's very large group. Third, it's 50% of population found in phylum fungi included in lichens. It means that 50% of phylum fungi, members of phylum fungi, make bond or combination with algae. Okay, now we are going to talk about the general characteristics of phylum Ascomycota. First of all, we talk about its hypha. Its hypha is septate. Septate means it has cell lines between its all the cells found in the hypha or ascus of phylum Ascomycota. But its hypha is septate but perforated. Perforated means that the cytoplasm or the nucleus or the cell materials can move from here to there in all the ascus, or we say that the hypha of phylum Ascomycota. Okay, in all the group members of phylum Ascomycota, there is lengthy dikaryotic phase. This phase is very important in all the phylum group members of phylum Ascomycota. Dikaryotic means di means two and karyotic means actually derived from word nucleus. So it has two nucleuses in all its group members, in all its group members. Look, here is the dikaryotic phase. Here is the dikaryotic ascus, which has two nucleus in its asci. Okay, now we are going to talk about the examples of phylum Ascomycota. Here are we have yeast, truffles, neurospora, morels, cup fungi, penicillium. Okay, now let's talk about the reproduction of phylum Ascomycota. Phylum Ascomycota can reproduce both by sexual and asexual means. First of all, we are going to talk about the asexual means. In asexual process of phylum Ascomycota, there are three main processes here. And the first is budding. Its example is yeast. Now what happen in budding process? In budding process, there is a bud-like structure on a parent body which is named as daughter cell. After maturation or after its time period, the daughter cell detach from the mother cell, but it's not compulsory or mandatory. Not all the time every daughter cell detach from the parent cell. Sometimes it makes chain like structures also in the process of budding. But after the detachment, there must be a scare on both mother and daughter cell. We can say parent or daughter cell. And the second process of asexual reproduction is with the help of conidia. Now what happened in conidia? Its example is penicillium. This is the structure of penicillium. Here are the most important thing in the process of conidia are conidiospores. Conidiospores are the main item, or we can say that material responsible for the asexual reproduction with the help of conidia, conidiospores. This is the metroli found in the penicillium, and this is the conidiophore hyphae structure. This is actually the structure of conidiophore hyphae. So conidiospores. Conidiospores are basically derived from two words. Conidio, it is actually derived from Greek word. We can say that conidio derived from conis, it means dust, and spora means seed. So we can say that it is a dust-like structure which act as a seed. Yeah, it's obvious that it act as a seed, like that it act for new hypha to be generated. Now we'll talk about the colors of the conidiospore. They are basically of different colors like brown, blue, pink tint. Okay. Now we are going to talk about the sexual reproduction of phylum Ascomycota. For sexual reproduction, the main thing which is responsible is ascocarp. Ascocarp is actually the fruiting body, the main fruiting body of for phylum Ascomycota. Asco word derived from ascus. Ascus, as we have discussed earlier, it means sac-like structure, and carp means fruit body, fruiting body. As we see that conidiospores in conidia by conidia process in asexual reproduction, conidiospores are responsible for the asexual reproduction. Here are the ascospores are actually responsible for the sexual reproduction of phylum Ascomycota. Two main processes of phylum Ascomycota are very important. Sexual reproduction of phylum Ascomycota are very important, and the first is karyogamy and the second is plasmogamy. Karyogamy means fusion of nucleus and plasmogamy means fusion of cytoplasm. We'll discuss it upon later in this life cycle of sexual reproduction. Okay, now we are going to talk about the life cycle of sexual reproduction, sexual life cycle of phylum Ascomycota. This is the ascocarp, as I have discussed earlier, the main fruiting body, the main thing responsible for the sexual reproduction. It is always dikaryotic. Dikaryotic means it possesses two nucleus. As I have mentioned earlier, in all the group members of phylum Ascomycota, there is lengthy dikaryotic phase. N plus N means it have two nucleuses. Okay. Or ascus or hypha, dikaryotic hypha is always found on the surface of the ascocarp. Okay, we take one ascus, we can say that, or a hypha, we can say that from the fruiting body of the ascocarp. This is the ascus. It contains two nuclei, like it is dikaryotic N plus N. After the process of karyogamy, these two nuclei fusion. Karyogamy means fusion of nuclei. The nucleus is fused in one. It makes diploid structure, like we say that it is a zygote, we can say that, or embryo type structure. It's not actually embryo, but we can say that it is like embryo. Okay, after making of diploid structure, by the process of meiosis, diploid structure is going to convert into haploid structure. The one nuclei found in the ascus is now going to convert into four different small nuclei, like 1, 2, 3, 4. We can say that these nuclei are actually the ascospores because these are responsible for the sexual reproduction of phylum Ascomycota. After the meiosis, there come mitosis. With the help of process of mitosis, four ascospores are going to convert into 8 ascospores. Now there are 8 ascospores here. Their strength is actually double. Now what happened after the maturation? Their strength is continuously going to increase by the time, but after the maturation, when they are mature enough, ascospores are going to disperse. Dispersal of ascospores is very important process. Like we see that this is the fruiting body. Here ascocarp, on this we take ascus from the surface of the ascocarp. Now from the surface of the ascocarp we see that ascospores are dispersed. Here are ascospores are actually found in two different colors, red and blue. We can say that the red is the positive strain. We can name it as Ascogonium, the female structure, and the blue with the positive strain is the male structure named as Anthridium. This part is the most tricky part of the life cycle of phylum Ascomycota. We can see that it is a monokaryotic hyphae, like both Ascogonium and Anthridium have one nuclei. They don't have two nuclei in each hyphae or in each ascus. What happened here? After the process of plasmogamy, as I have discussed earlier, is the fusion of cytoplasm. After the process of plasmogamy, these female and male going to make a new structure, new dikaryotic hyphae, because now the one nuclei from female part and one nuclei from male part join together and make a dikaryotic hyphae. Now when they are in a dikaryotic hyphae state and mature enough to grow again and reproduce again, they are very much able to produce ascocarp, which is dikaryotic in nature. So this is the whole life cycle of the sexual life cycle of the phylum Ascomycota. Thank you very much.